So once again, I welcome you, sir, for this today's FDP, and I request you to take charge of this particular session.
This is Dr. Gopa Shinde. I'm Principal Investigator of National Agriculture Higher Education Project, which is sanctioned by Indian Council of Agriculture Research and World Bank. This is a Center of Advanced Agricultural Sciences and Technology. This is a Center of Excellence, International Center of Excellence, which is established in Vasantrao Naik Marathwada Agriculture University. We are working here for the World Bank, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, for developing advanced digital productivity enhancement solutions for the agriculture by using robots, drones, AGVs. The project center is established in the university campus, and you can see here this is a geographical location, and with this geographical location we are establishing center here, and along with that all facilities of robot applications we held up for the postgraduate students, doctoral students and faculty scientists who are interested to work for the digital technologies application in agriculture. The university is constituted by clubbing the agricultural society, farming society of the 8 districts: Aurangabad, Jalna, Latur, Beed, Parbhani, Nanded, Usmanabad and Hingoli. The entire area of agrarian region, geographical area, comes up around 6, occupying 21% of the total area of state.
Sir,
the State Agriculture University.
Sorry to
And the
disturb you.
State Agriculture University is being constituted by Government of Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
It is associated with Indian Council of Agriculture Research. This university is established in 1972 on 18th May 1972. The earlier name of the university was Marathwada Agriculture University, or we say Marathwada Krishi Vidyapit. Then later it is renamed in 2012 as a Vasantrao Naik Marathwada Agriculture University. So this is the entire university area campus, and it is globally located by World Bank. Make this a center of hub, the central hub for the agricultural robotics practices, the advanced automated system practices, drone practices, automated guided vehicle practices. As we have defined in this project is a worth cost of 20 crore rupees. And this project is defining the specific 3 divisions: AgriBot, AgriDrone, Agri-AGV. The AgriBot is written as an agricultural robot. By using the different terminologies nowadays, agricultural applications are growing up, and we are finding a scope in each and every area of agricultural practices. As there is a huge work, there is a repetition of work, it is time consuming and huge resource requiring. So AgriBot is agricultural robot. Sometimes we are specializing this term. As from our center, we are defining sometimes horticulture robot as a hortibot, entomology robots as a entobots. Like a way, we have all different practices for the application of robot in agriculture sector. So we have these 3 divisions. Sometimes we say agricultural UAV is the second division. This is agricultural unmanned aerial vehicle or drones specialized for the agricultural applications. The third division is agricultural automatic guided vehicle. Automatic guided vehicles are for small automations in the small farmers' practices. And this is a nowadays attraction that every farmer needs a small, economic and cheap devices in his farm. We have made these 4 specific area of region as a specialization, as a portfolio, such as SSPN is a seed and seed processing nursery automation. The SSPN actually. The SSPN is seed and seed processing nursery automation, where the nursery and different seeds, they are need of farmers. As a nowadays we are innovating new varieties and developing new products as to plant grow for high yield and high economic gain for the farmers. Second is a food processing automation center. Food processing automation is highly desired. As a nowadays a food practices, we have a smart portable machineries to make this food process automate and may be helpful to the women farmers who can gain their raw to finished product conversion at their home by using a small automated setup. CDKS is the third portfolio, where climate-based decision knowledge support center. We are having a three kind of domain practices. In the agriculture field, we look at the climate and we see what decision is to be taken. However, the decisions trained by the traditional practices, such as a meteorological day-to-day climate orientation, we hear by news and we try to see that climate is changing as a moment as you are getting it on your mobile. With a quick information, you may subject to change your operational task in the field. The second domain is soil and below soil surface. So see, below soil surface, whatever the changes happens, maybe it is because of scarcity of water, temperature, or need of some nutrients or different types of health maintaining components. So this is relating to the robotic device application where the robot can work, and we found that this can be one of a new portfolio for the farming society. No doubt different professors, they are clubbing together, working with each other by resolving the problems which are identified during the farming practices, food processing practices, or any kind of agricultural processing practices. Nowadays, farmer needs small portable machineries, and these smart portable machineries are to be within their capacity, economic capacity. They can do their work without labor. As the labor scarcity or maybe labor is available as if they are rushing towards the urban areas, and small kind of the daily laborious work, they don't want to work. Youngsters particularly, they want comfort. So we have started developing the smart portable machineries. Up to 1 lakh rupees, say, for example, one should offer or can have a group of farmers come forward and get such kind of a devices to operate in the village ground, so that the farmers will gain that their speed of operation in the field work is essentially required with time-bound program, and that has to be automated and get it done timely. The small example is that now as farmers are aware of the machineries as such, because they are doing their operation by use of tractors. Usually tractors are being common now in every village. The youngsters, they are driving these tractors on hourly basis, for example, 900 rupees or 1000 rupees. So they need quick to prepare the soil bed. And in farming operation, soil bed has to prepare first. Then soil has to map and soil has to put it into the proper system so that the cropping system will accommodate in that farmland. So the farming operation needs a very quick soil bed preparation, crop mapping system, and then after that a sowing. Because farmers wait for the climate and see that rain is whether falling or not. But all these quick operations cannot be done manually. So farmers are attracted to happen these all operations quickly, and they want this small portable machinery to run in their farm practices. Once they understood the operational need, they can earn and they can save the amount for custom hiring equipment basis to put those work on rental basis, so that work will be done efficiently and they will still satisfy their sowing operation has done. So this is a very critical stage for farmer. At the time of sowing, he is very much worried whether within time or whether within looking at the climate, whether to go for the sowing or not. So later the stage when sowing happens, you need to maintain once crop is grown up, then you start nurturing this plant. So interculture operation starts there onwards. You will find a lot of enemies in the field, such as weed, wild animals, or any kind of obstacles that disrupts the growth of the plant. So growing up is a very important stage for farmers to look at like a mother on these plants to grow in the proper stage until maturity. So till maturity, when it will come, because time to time you facilitate the farmers with the advanced digital technologies, so that they will learn from time to time that if any disease comes across the plant, he should immediately take the decision of sprayer. He should take immediate decision of taking up care of plants by using nutrients, tonics, health tonics. And he should have these small portable machineries for that operational till the crop cycle finish or ends. We have this center with one more facility, that is an instrumentation cell, where these all instruments from society of advanced agricultural practitioners, they need instruments to learn, they need some custom instruments to develop, and accordingly we should be able to satisfy the customers like a farmer's need according to his operational activity. So these three divisions and four portfolios, and fifth one is additional. They are having all these team members in this center. Like for example, professors from different agricultural departments, they are working under this four portfolio. Whereas in this AgriBot, AgriDrone, AgriAGV, we have 18 number of engineers of different disciplines. They are postgraduate and doctoral candidates who are working for this entire interdisciplinary research practitioner task. They are doing these practices for the PG and PhD students who are interested to develop their experiments. So postgraduate students will develop new experiment with new solutions. As this university holds the land, this university holds the land around 7,000 acres in Parbhani campus. And rest of other districts places, the total entire campus becomes 10,000 acre lands around. So using these resources, we can go for making these practices within the center. And this center is called DFSRDA Center. This DFSRDA Center holds this all organization structure where the human resources are paying their services and they are doing activities to innovate the new practices for digital farming solutions. You know, the traditional practices, earlier we used to go for animal and before that manual. All those operations was taking too much time. Before up to 19th century, these practices were very much time consuming and energy conservation was depending totally on human efforts and human energies. But later the stage when after 19th century, from 1914 to 2014 around, this developed phase was just introducing the different types of mechanical devices and mechanization starts there onwards. So the people, society who are working with these advanced technologies now, they are very much acquainted, and they are working with the different devices as such. But looking it into the part that energy is consumed huge in agricultural field by using the big devices, and they need big investment also. Customization with the digital technologies to optimize with a micro and nano level has begun from 2014 onwards, and now we are rushing towards the new venture and the new domain. And this domain, you are all are now looking at television, looking at website, you looking at social media and getting up this new devising informations. Government is restricting this application of drone to civilian society. So farming operations at the huge landscape, there is no dangerous situation possibly if a farmer can take care, he can operate the drones for sprayer operation for image sensing and plant disease control or plant population counter purpose. So this is a one of the interesting area nowadays. It is attracting because we find that drones are available in nowadays society for photography, and the farmer having a huge crop landscape and has to do the operation quickly. So we found that the different types of drones are became attracting at device. Now the digital practices, you need a mobile, you need a remote control devices, you need automated operative, self-programmed devices, and you want this entire operation to do with comforts. And another thing that is very much required for the farmers, which is counter in the agriculture field. Earlier, whatever the raw production was happened, that was abruptly taken by farmers. The yield or maybe the output in terms of production of grains, it was just taken up abruptly. But now the farmer become very much alert and smart. He needs everything to be counted, everything to be precisely operated, everything that is to be counted against the investment, and entirely he needs the profit. No doubt, because of the small landholders and division of the land in the family, the farmers are unable to spend the money, and then the improper way of handling the farming operations, or maybe the improper management of financial investment in the farm, they are facing the problems. They are not able to get the yield or maybe profit in terms of their investment. So the entire thing that digitally been countered and precisely been guided and precisely been operated to get output in terms of expected what exactly at the time of sowing, the yield, that is a production coming in the hand, should be in warehouse exactly what it was at the initial stage. There are difficulties in different types of operational farming operations. So we are stressing on the different types of robotic models as such. When I visited Europe, I saw that there are different types of land cultures, and European government has made their land to put into the proper distribution and justification way. And secondly, the cultivators who are bound to remain with the some kind of crops or those things which are technologically handled, that should be very precise, so that everything goes in the right direction, and government is parallelly hand to hand supporting the entire agriculture system and its produce to be within the control and qualitatively marketized amongst the European countries only. There are a lot of plants, there are a lot of technologies, and they are doing there are huge investment in R&D, research and development also. So we are thinking of making these innovative ideas. Whatever we see, we must have to go to the new era or new venture, and that is agriculture with this advanced technology. So agri-boat, agri-drones, agri-AGVs, these are the targeted devices. And we know the basically agriculture device is one of the device as a robot which is working for the agriculture purpose. The purpose is to find the comfort to the farmers, find the exact the cropping system and cropping production cycle to enter into the part where the mechanization is needful. So we do the sowing. I said before this, we do the soil bed preparation, we do the soil crop mapping, then sowing, interculture operation, then harvesting operation. And moreover, after harvesting, we go for the post-harvesting operation. Rather food production and then post-harvest production with a very good qualitative value-added products in food culture. So these are the emerging applications, and we need to go for finding out which are the difficulty areas so that it will attract the operational time, operational efforts for the farmers. So planting the seed, harvesting, or rather going with the environment and putting the various kinds of data in hands of the robot by mobile device. This is what we are finding the practices which are variety wise. We are developing different types of innovative plant species. At the same time, the standard production culture has to be developed. So within forthcoming decades of time span, the agriculture robots and its demand in the market will grow definitely. So we need to put into this area as one of the standard study area, as the agricultural domain is a big domain for business in India. More than 70% people are doing their agriculture business. However, they don't find proper solution. So DFSRD is looking for these solutions. We just go for harvesting, picking kind of robots, weed control robots, the mowing, plowing, then we have a pruning and seedling, or maybe spraying or thinning kinds of robots, phenotype of robots, sorting and picking type of robots, utility platform kind of robots. Even in the case of material handling system, we try to identify which are the material handling difficulties of the farmers at farm, so that he will be comfort to make this all operation without a human labor. We see that the different problems by sitting together with our interdisciplinary professor faculties, like a problems of pest detection, the red arm worm, then blue arm, the pink ball arm worm. Those difficulties are faced by the farmers because of the climate variant situations. The solution that by spreading the chemical pesticides, or maybe by using any other digital technologies, maybe UV treatment gun, or maybe electronic type of devices that will solve the problem of the disease to detect this pest and make the pest management. We require this kind of problems to handle by farmers in a very crucial way. Like facility, we go for putting your mobile to just take a photograph, and your robotic system will start activating accordingly that this farm and this GPS location will make that farmers to enable that device with this pest solution for avoiding such a disease to spread again. Sometimes a plant is cultivating system has got a plant erection, and then we need to count the plant population. Suppose 1 acre land, and we are interested to find out how many number of plants are grown up in the field. That is one attraction. At the same time, how these plants are growing up with their health condition, whether they are fine or not. For that, we need to go for identifying their multiple solution system by design of your software programming, by using artificial intelligence, by using machine learning, by using deep learning, by using agricultural database, agricultural big database. So looking at this agriculture venture, we like to specify these all technical terms relating to the agricultural robots, particularly for specified agricultural areas. You know, the plants are grown up by use of the grafting techniques. त्याला कलमीकरण म्हणतो आपण. So grafting is one of the operation where you can join the two different species of plants and get them grown as a multiple fruit growing plant. For example, chili and cucurbitaceae plant like a tomato, they are grafted together. They are grafted together to obtain one single plant with the two fruits coming on the same plant. This is the practice, and we are establishing this grafting robotic lab system in our NIAP center. Pollination is also one of the crucial and critical, you can say, operation for the field. Then NPK testing is also, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium testing is also very important. Soil moisture condition, plant moisture condition, plant stresses, these are all the things we need to always check up by using digital technology. So this kind of device we are making inbuilt into the robot, and robot can use this all technology to make the farmers convey by routing in the field. The farmers will let know what is happening in this field, because field is a big circus and there are a lot of things to handle. So being a ringmaster, the entire system goes around in the digital hand. This will be very much useful and precise to make the optimum solution. Irrigation system is also a basic problem. So that's why I just started practicing in around 1919. That time we were habituated to just attractly see that how robot looks like. So agricultural robots we started by producing using the scrap material. Let that toy like operations are nowadays available with the new toy market, like forward application, reverse application, left turn, right turn, up and down. These are kinds of motions. We are making it by use of motors, joints, and the end effector, which is doing this operation by use of multi-degree of freedom operational needs. So the different types of small automated devices and robotic applications, these were attraction in a last decade span, and now we started to have something from us and doing this for the Indian farming system, for Indian farming society, to attract towards this new field. And we found one of the device, like many more devices we have developed. I can put up some of the only devices which I on this platform. This is the operated on the self-activated program, where the vegetable device and in this sprayer system, a woman labor or woman farmer can also operate for different cropping system Once you locate the GPS in the field, this sprayer is of 40-liter capacity pesticide tank, 12-volt solar panel, and then we are also using battery for restore. The battery can operate at least for 1 hour. We have a version of a flexible boom lance. The lance is nothing but it's a straight bar, or we can make it a foldable. There are different types of nozzles. We are mounting them, and these nozzles will be adjusted at different distance so that in the row crop system, particular row crop by adjusting these nozzles. Sometimes the different is not big front wheels and small to rear guiding wheels. We are using this is on the mobile access software. We can also control the motion on mobile. We are using because earlier the operator used to take it on the, and certainly he gets fatigue after operation of a few minutes. So this comfort, which is independently been handled by sprayer system, the same fire. This device creates a loud voice, and this loud voice fires the bird, and bird is not able to stand in the field because of also electronic fire. Electronic fires is also coming up in the field and destroying the early stage of the crop. Sometimes one needs to operate this device in lightning in the evenings. In the evening, he needs a, and that should be solar restored batteries. So this is one of the device, as I said. And cotton picker machine. This cotton picker machine by vacuum suction based, and now this cotton picking machine with the 4 voltage panel system and the 4 batteries, it can continuously work for about 2.5 hours, and then again so round off the 1 hour 1 day shift, a 150 kg cotton per day. We tested around more than 600 kg cotton in the field in the last season. Now we are making this device to be completely robotic. We are also associating with various startup. Our plant is, there are different types of robot models. I have sometimes it is using solar energy, voltaic energy. In agriculture field, we like to make a sustainable device which can be working on the solar system. So sensors applications using device with physical contact or non-physical contact. We are also procuring different types of cameras. The camera. So now we are tying up our NAHEP center, NAHEP center with Boston Dynamics. Boston Dynamics, they are doing the what kind of robots which is animal like a robots which can go and roam around the field and scout and look up the information. We are also associating with the Ubiquiti. He's also started working with us, and we have built up a MOA with them for doing certain custom application robots for indigenous cropping system. The various types of robots that are now taking challenge to work in below soil surface. But if you see the below soil surface up to 30 centimeter in the soil, there is a lot of soil strata which we naked eyes. And apply the tool to interface this below soil surface, the force is indefinite. It may be like a force which is unpredictable. So for that unpredictable force, this cultivator, rotavator, which can go inside the soil surface and can work for the different kinds of soil bed preparing operations. I have seen so many kinds of systems which are comfortably designed to operate for making up the different kinds of difficult operations by using artificial intelligence, electronic devising applications, and they are very successful. With those are success stories, there is a challenge and innovations in the world that they are always taking execution of giving their exploitation of the new technologies as they are defined. For example, we have planned to operate this robot. In the field ground, there is a in horticulture plant, there are a lot of fruits, and these all a lot of fruits to be counted. So the robot that is with the high sensing and camera system, that will be putting the entire plant. You can say the horticulture where the robots are need to be observed and are always to be counted as if they are suffered from any disease, as if they are at what stage of maturity, the exact fruit detected. So this kind of research we are collaborating with the university, with Manoj Karki, Professor Dr. Zhang, and Professor Lokhot from India. Okay. So these kind of practices nowadays are very much attracting, and it's very much essential for farming society. Let us keep it aside that if the technology is costly, that can be, if you make it possible with our indigenous technology, that cost curtailment can be possible after mass production or maybe redevelopment of the same kind of operation by some other logical way or technical way. Altogether, I said, relating to the plant counter and plant specifications, the robots which are developed by different countries. I visited Spain, and winery production, horticulture plants. They are developed a robot of counting the wine plants, which are very much important for them as a cash crop, as a so for this the types of systems which can be inbuilt. We will find that sometimes we need to apply herbicide. Sometimes we need to go for different kind of soil tillage techniques. or different kinds of operations to make these plant systems cultivate for its entire production cycle. So regarding the winery, the Spain, Universidad Polytechnic Valencia has developed this winery. They have designed and started experimenting, successfully obtained this kind of products to the market. There are different universities and researchers who became a popular, and now they are entering into in this university from Switzerland and so many other European countries where they are developed. It's RIPA robotics, then Cariantis, Anatis robotics, Citia, Puma, Agri robot model, and then kind of robots, Gojek, which is nowadays popular. You can see the robots developed for a huge production autonomous system for the farmer. You can see for the weeding operation, the robot goes to the plant and says the weed exactly with that location. It determines the location and there is a nucleus target. You can say it is a nucleus target where the nucleus target spray is quantified with the very much optimum. So the spray waste for such a huge plantation program is economically valuable. And looking at the total operation cost, you will the cost of the paste, which is very important. There are 6 types of models, and I visited there. These 6 types of models developed, and they are practiced from this last developed I have seen so many areas, and also the different types of robots as nowadays available for your particular operation, which can be adjusted, which can be think of that it can be easily useful to the indigenous cropping system. These are the addresses which I can share you. Now coming to the next part, that is we are procuring the different kinds of imported robots in our lab, and we are trying to develop the different types of grafting operations. As I told you before this, we have a provision of a grafting robots, and these grafting robots with its application, the model which is developed for vegetable kinds of plants to club together. For example, tomato and cucumber, or melon, or red pepper, or water plants can be clubbed together. I will just show you these 2 videos. You will be able to see that what kind of the applications possible now with the help of grafting robot. This entire are used for 2 different plants of the same species. 2 similar kind of genetics, root stock and stem, means half of the portion of one plant and half of the portion of another plant. They are cut at a particular point and then they club together to obtain a single plant. Use of clipping.
Shinde sir, I request you to switch off my video so that we can get your voice.
So this was the video of making these 2 plants to graft. There is a setup, and this setup make this setup for different types of innovative practices in the field. This is trying to seedling develop first. Seedling are developed to the farm to operate on the and be able to develop the plant of 2 species joined together to make this available for farmers who are interested in developing the new types of a plant. And this will have a tomato on one branch and chili on another branch, like that. The productivity of the product, this robot is such that it can produce 6 to 800 plants per. So looking at this 8-hour shift, production of 5,000 plants per day. The productivity will be high when the team which are working. There are 9 persons required for this to operate, and if the 9 persons are working for 8-hour shift, definitely there will be 5 to 6,000 plants production from this kind of setup available. So if you see, the setup can be further extended. These are the machinery. We are now just received this machinery that will be soon installed. We can have 2 different plants to join together in the same plant. So this can be one of the good adventure. I mean, the good kind of the new way for the digital farmers who are interested to work in this field. Another thing that we are going to Belarus. Belarus is one of the country wherein the agricultural production systems, they are producing with a very high technological interventions to their field practices. They have developed actually the robot on the small tractor, where the robot can do the operations like spraying. Robot can do the operations like scouting in the field. The kinds of applications which I have seen, particularly in the exhibition, when I saw, now they are changing their way towards the agriculture, and the big agricultural forces are created who have a different high digital technological to get the by use of robots. So I just found the way what to apply for the robot and robotic system is need to be studied by the engineers who are real aspirant to study different kinds of manual operations as well as the different kinds of system. Like nowadays, the small practitioners, they are developing small smart tools, and then small smart tools with some kind of jugaad, you can say. Sometimes to make this application run and easily it can be comfortable to the farmers. So adjuncting the different kinds of, we are creating a market in Indian society as well as the world as a whole. If we see from 70, he estimated the robots and they are having their contribution from each country. And if you see this, India is having from 2012 to 2017, the growth has happened 3 times. At 2012, it was 1,500 and it was become 5,000 in 2017. Similarly, the robots which are developed nowadays by the countries have a lot of sensors, manufacturing systems with any kind of available price. More than that, China is the country where they think of developing a cheap but still for the practicing and nurturing your ideas to make the focus on what kind of the sales, how do they operate and how do they can be developed by indigenous technology is the challenge. I feel that this challenge, when I discuss Robotics Association's president, Dr. Francisco Rovira, then he initiated that I really like to work with Asia Pacific region and he selected me as one of the Asia Pacific Board of Director member for his association in CIGR. So this, what I feel, looking at the statistics, looking at the market, looking at the present scenario, looking at our challenges, the engineer to make the work of the talents the agriculture and agricultural aspirants will feel comfortable because of our engineering society. And this is what is highly, we feel that crops, at least major crops like soybean, rice, and different kinds of pulses, then cotton, sugarcane, then different kinds of oil seeds, peach and pea, or maybe different types of fruits, apple, orange, lemon. These are fruits and the vegetables, the different types of spicy crops. These are all our production systems, traditional way how they can be made modern way, new way by the use of automated technology, and that automated technology is very much essentially need to develop. So we find that there are various types of agricultural operations. हमारे यहाँ पे जितने भी एग्रीकल्चरल ऑपरेशंस हम बनाते हैं करते हैं, उससे छोटी छोटी जुगाड़ वाली टेक्निक्स रूरल क्राफ्ट्समैन बना रहे हैं. इसीलिए हमने कुछ रूरल क्राफ्ट्समैन को भी चूज किया है इन दिस प्रोजेक्ट. We are selected some of the group of rural craftsmen, and they started developing a small portable smart machineries which are really worth understand to make this that as a not perfectly robot but automated device kind. We are started developing with the different kinds of the degree of freedoms. So soil bed preparation, we required a land leveler, we require a cultivator, we require a rotavator, mulcher, pulverizer, plowing, harrowing, subsoiler. What do you mean by land leveler? It's a blade which is applied to the soil surface where you find that the land is unequal and land is not properly leveled. In the field ground, while performing the production operation cycle, crop cycle production operation, the first stage is that to see that whether your land is properly in the properly tabletop plane level or not. Secondly, we go for looking at this how land level can be easily comfortable to conserve the resources. The conservation of resources such as the water is the first biggest component, and the water is one of the you can say important for the farmer. Whether naturally drained water is to be conserved in the proper way or not, that is one of the important first and foremost issue. Secondly, cultivator, that is making this cultivation before operation as a primary tillage operation, and it makes the soil to loosen and get it comfortably into proper form. The clods are getting up after cultivator, and for that reason we are using rotavator. So rotavator is a rotating stirring system where the clods are broken and the soil is get loosened and smoothly spread over the land surface to get the soil bed in the proper way. Pulverization means the soil has to be pulverized, stirred for the proper quality of that cushion, that bed cushion, which is really helpful to the sowing operation, and the seed that is sown soil bed should be comfortably grown up with the proper way of its conservation system. So we have a plowing, harrowing, and subsoiler, this kind of, to see that whether the entire landscape, wherever you are interested to make the crop production, it is properly held up or not. Sowing operation is the next phase where you require that seed are not to be wasted. So what are the discussion point before the custom robot fabricators? As we have received a lot of custom robot fabricators, and they are coming up and they are discussing with us what kind of want to stitch. Means stitching a different kinds of robot by use of advanced agricultural operational task is essentially required, because you have a multitasking operation and you want to perform it by mechanization. So for that, properly programmed, you need to develop intelligence in a proper way. You also need to develop tools to develop a precise instrument, to develop a precise device, and that will work justifying the state of that what a human brain as a farmer working in the field, so that farmer will feel comfortable to get these newer technologies. I see that the newer technologies are developed, but somehow they become just a showcase because they have just made one single operation. But that machine or that robot is need to be consistently operate for about minimum 100 to 200 hours, so that we will sustainability of that device, whether it is continuously able. If are not able to continuously work, then agriculture is a very big field and very big industry where the sustainable devices are need to be developed by who can go for developing such technology by understanding them. We have our team, the team is going to the field and they are observing the real problems, they are observing the real man-handling system, and accordingly, the government college from Nanded, from Aurangabad, they are up to us and they are starting problems from the field ground. They go to the field ground, takes images of the different crops where there are diseases. They takes the images built into the artificial intelligence programming system to let understand by the farmer at what stage the disease is conceived. I mean, the disease is at what stage in the terms of percentage. That thing need to be understand by the farmers. IoT tool systems to develop for the farmers so that easily they can put their apps in their mobile, so as to operate some information by getting this IoT tool to come up with the results. So I see that the real challenges will be come up only when the real understand agriculture. So that's why we put we have a 18 number of engineers plus agricultural scientists, mechanical engineer, electronic engineer, computer, instrumentation engineer, IT engineers, food engineers, then also different specialization like a mechatronics engineer. Some of the team members are came from they are also serving here. So we get the different technologies from different countries to understand. At the same time, we also need real applicant like Indian farmers, what they exactly need. We have a lot of things to discuss. Moreover, I should make this discussion very close as Professor Jai and Professor Ohul sir from College of Engineering with me in this regard. I feel that the discussion will be continued, and I must say the discussion with the conclusion is essential, so that we will go ahead with some of the problems in the future and we will take the problems into the part that asks for the new area of opportunistic area for the society to develop. So the demand is greenhouse smart robots. The smart robots are required for greenhouse. They are also required for dairy farming processing. Then they are also required for, as I now just told, we are having a one more lab, CAD/CAM lab, along with the ANSYS software. We have a GIS software and many more agricultural climate evaluation and monitoring softwares for mapping. Then disease recognition for disease detection, we are developing sensors. Intercrop culture operations, we are developing weeders and different types of spraying systems. So the robots have different kinds of requirement up to harvestment. These are the things which are very much essentially required. No doubt, the robots will keep on developing in the different phases. I like to show you the advanced farmer from Russia. We are a single farmer with all robots and robotic system. This is, you might have seen before this. If we see entire, then you will find that farmers with a single farmer with all kinds of robotic systems is a nowadays as a practice. We are thinking to develop something, but the entire picture with the forthcoming 5 years of time will be changed, I suppose. So thank you very much. And if you have any discussion point, please discuss in this topic. You all see our website, and this website we have now dot .bnmk.org.in. On the platform, we are trying to customize the people from different agrarian society, that they will have a participation in different way. So once you go through the portal, we are slowly developing, because this is a past 2 months development. We have started since December, January 2019-20. So from 20 onwards, there was a Corona lockdown break, and also we have faced a lot of problems, but now it is going to be developed, and we will not stop this development. You will be able to see the different types of see here. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gopal Singh sir. Excellent presentation. Due to technical glitches in between, there were noise issue or voice disturbances, but whatever you covered, all the agricultural field technologies and robots being applied to each and every activity, and really there is vast scope related to these applications of robotics in the agriculture field. So we will take one or two questions from the participants. In the chat box, there is one question. I will just read it for you. What is phenotyping? So from Mani Bhushan. So you can share.
Robots.
You can take out sharing so that again it will be clarity will be good. That
Yeah, sure. But just to make a nut and shell, and this question I can answer. Whatever the plant stresses, and you can say plant inherent problems which are developed, like a plant stresses developed, that has to be sensed and understood by the system, that is with the help of robot. We call that as a phenotype of robot.
okay.
So I can be able to send the information. Also, if someone requires, because recently we are having a one collaboration with Australia, Western Australia, and our phenotype studies will be carried by genetics department in this university campus, and they started working on this with their postdoctoral research studies. So that thing I to focus after some time. I may be able to
Okay, I think yes, some of the messages in the chat box. This is really awareness session. It is awesome to know the agriculture is going digital, where many people live in villages and come in search of jobs. Time is changing and also concepts are also changing. So really there are new challenges in this field of robotics which can be implemented for the at root level, at village level for agricultural field. Any other question from the participants?
So this is the hello.
Sir, go ahead.
हे आम्ही नवीन डिसइन्फेक्शन बॉक्स पण शेतकऱ्यांसाठी बनवला. This is the disinfection box. You can see here.
Yes, yes.
You can see here. This is the disinfection box. We any farmer or any you can say even the seed bags or something which is doubtful for you to check it whether it is infection, there is an infection, bacterial or maybe virus infection, maybe COVID infection. Those things are to be checked out. Then we can keep it inside. See, I can keep anything. I can make it disinfect within 120 minutes. 120, sorry, 1 second. Within 2 minutes, it's buzzer, and we will be able to know that it's disinfected. Then the another system, the same disinfection box. If there is any any virus found in this entire material, then it gives you a sort of buzzer that there was a virus. So one can go for using this, and very economic cost will be affordable by farmers.
Okay. Another question is there, sir. Can you help to understand how the drones can help in checking the texture of the soil and then implementing it? It is a question from Anni Kumar, sir. Drones for checking the texture of soil.
Spectral camera for that. Spectral camera. Hello.
So mounting that cameras on the drones and taking the images and then analyzing it, we will be able to find out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we are using different cameras, and moreover multispectral or hyperspectral camera. These are very costly, and we will be able to find out the entire soil stresses, soil hidden parts, or anything that we require to absorb. And to develop a drone with a robotic arm. A drone with robotic arm, this is a hybrid system. And if the drone goes around into the plant ऊपर जाएगा, तो it will be work for the canopy. So it can move around the plant. It can move around the plant and do some operation. Maybe it is a spraying operation or checking operation or inspection of the plant disease operation.
Okay. I think you answered the queries and the questions raised.
Sir, how is the sanitation device working? Sanitization. The sanitization box that we have made.
Ultraviolet UV treatment. We are using UV treatment.
Okay. One question from Padma. Yes, madam. Can the soil type be analyzed and suitable suggestions
Yes.
for type of crop to be grown by robots?
Pardon?
Can the soil type be analyzed by taking the sample by robot and then suggesting suitable crop to be taken up by the farmer?
Yes, it is possible, sir.
Okay.
Yes, it is possible. Yes.
Okay, I think excellent presentation and information which you have given related to this agriculture robotics. Once again, I thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs and presentation which you have given. A really new emerging area related to robotics in the field of agriculture, how it is being used from identifying the problems to giving the solutions using robots that you have explained with your experiences and your visits to foreign countries and what is research which is going on in agriculture university at your place. So thanks a lot. Thank you for joining with us.